Alright, just wanted to post again just because I haven't done any videos on the car lately. I have gone a little MIA on this car, just because I haven't really had much to do. As you can see, it's all dirty. I haven't driven it in a while. Still starts up and everything. So yeah, let's see. I have a lot of stuff in here though. So you can see I got some seat covers. Car's still good. Everything's still good. Battery's good. I turn it on every once in a while, but I will say why. So, because I got another one. So, I have had this one for a couple months now, and this one's the one that I've been working on. So, this is a 96, dark gray green. Couldn't pass it up. Car's pretty good. No cracks on these door panels. Interior is pretty good. They did some custom work to this. They cut out the centerpiece right here, so that's not terrible, but you know, I just got the car tinted. The windows are tinted. Everything's good. They actually did have a lot of covers on here, so this is like a old school cover. They have like a plastic piece. I don't know, I still need to take that out, but this car was pretty well taken care of. I mean, not terrible. I did already put on some new taillights. The other ones were extremely faded. These are Caprice taillights, but I'm gonna plan on painting that chrome piece black, just because the original Impala SS emblems, or rather the taillights, are super expensive, unnecessarily expensive. So yeah, paint's pretty good. Bumper's faded. I mean, these bumpers are notorious for fading. They are chrome rims, however, they are really shot. As you can tell, there's a bunch of like stuff on there. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, it sits really low. I've already changed the rear shocks, front shocks. I'm gonna do more work on the shocks again, or not the shocks, the springs. I'm gonna plan on buying new eyebox springs, so these old ones are gonna be out. Just because this front side sits a little higher. You can check that ride height right there. And then I don't know why it has a Caprice ornament. I think they changed out this hood from a Caprice onto this one. I don't know why. And it is a real Impala. I checked everything out. It came out to an Impala SS, but yeah, this is sitting a little lower. I put on these emblems from like a 02 Camaro. I thought these would look okay in the meantime. There is a dent right there. It is a salvage title. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's fading right here. I think they just filled it with a bunch of body filler. There is a crack right here. Supposedly that was an accident on the side of the car, but it's actually not terrible. Roof is good. I actually just did a whole compound polish on the car. That's why the rims don't look so bad. This side of the emblem is pretty bad, but not terrible. There's side exits. The mufflers are rusted out, so I am going to be getting a new exhaust pretty soon. Or not new exhaust, but new mufflers pretty soon. Car sounds pretty good. Tires are okay, but not great. They are dry rotted. These tires are pretty old. I think they're from 2015. So I'm going to be going original size in the front, and then I'm going to be going, can't remember the exact size, but I'm going to be going 275 4017, I believe, on these. So I'm going to be going wider in the back. So interior, this is where we start to kind of get a little work on, but this is actually the side. So this is 1296. One of the last ones made, actually. Not very last, but you know, the last month. So, sorry if I'm shaking a little bit, I don't know why. Okay. So door panels are not good. It wasn't the previous owner, but I guess the first owner who had this car decided to cut the entire thing and do custom sound system, which it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look good either. Dash is completely good. It's not shot. It's actually really good condition. I put on this black one because this is, I found a spare, and then this was the one that came with it. So this is where we start to get into a few issues. I mean, I got the seat covers I had in the 95 and the black one are actually for this car. So I shifted over the center console lid onto this one. Obviously floor shifter. Not crazy about the floor shifter, but because I do miss my cup holders. That's why I brought this one, so I could have a cup holder. So there is no AC, no heat. I tried diagnosing it. No fuses are bad, nothing. It might be something I'm missing, but I changed the blower motor resistor. I changed the blower motor itself. The previous owner did say that head unit, or that HVAC unit, was not working well, so I changed it over to this one, and that's when I had all my problems. So I am gonna have to have it further diagnosed, just because I am not too great with electrical issues. Other than I did kind of, I don't know if I could, oh yeah, bypass the VAT system, just because this ignition did lock on me. So it is kind of, it's not done very well, but it works. This ignition did lock on me when I was doing the oil cooler lines, and I will show the under the hood right now. But yeah, so it did lock on me. I got it replaced. It's all good to go. So it does turn now, so there's no further issues. The only thing is, though, if I leave the key in the ignition, even if I close the door, it won't work. It won't turn off. So I have to leave the key a little bit out, just so that it senses that it's not there. So what I'm thinking is that it's gonna be that switch right there. So that's what I'm gonna be changing out next, and I will do a video on that. What else? There was something else I was gonna do a video on. I can't remember what else, but lower dash is good. Everything is good in this car. I do have to replace this light. I think that's the other video I was gonna do. So I have to take out the center console a little bit, take out the shifter, boot, whatever you want to call. There's just a C-clip on the back that you just pull out. So yeah, because this light doesn't light up in the night. Bulb is either not in there, or they took it out for some reason. Actually, for a good reason, I guess I could say, because if I leave the, so I took out the fuse that goes in between that yellow. So in between there is the interior light fuse that also controls the power switches. So if I leave that on, it's not going to turn off. So I think it's that door switch that's there. Sorry, it's a little windy today. I think it's that door switch that's bad. So I'm going to end up changing that. But the car is actually in really good shape. I bought it with 120,000 miles. The dash does not light up, but wait a second. The dash does not light up, but sometimes it does show up. I already took off home base. I didn't want that. I thought I wanted to give it a bit of an original look, but I did not want to after all. It already came with the K&N system, so I didn't have to swap it out. I just bought a new filter for it. The original one was all like messed up. It was a mess. And then there was a bunch of oil in there. I'm not sure if it'll pick it up, but there was just a bunch of oil in there. I kind of cleaned it up. I changed the oil cooler lines. And then I swapped out the the belt tensioner. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, because it made a really bad squeaking noise, and I didn't find out until I bought it. But I was like, you know what, let's just try out tensioner, change it out. What do you know, it fixed the issue. The belt's still pretty good. I think they had just swapped it out. The previous owner told me they did the OptiSpark and water pump and a tune-up, so everything's good. Let's see, this is what made me think that they swapped it out from a Caprice hood. So I did this, I just rigged something up. It's not actually very stable, because they took out this hood support ball stud, and then this didn't even have them, so I had to order these. So it makes me wonder why they did that, because no Impala SS owner would just take them off. So yeah, and then this one's already leaking, so I think it's just, it has too much weight on it, because the other one doesn't have anything on it. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed. But then they also had this, so I had to wire this back up. So I installed a new hood light, so if I connect it, it'll turn on. The only thing is though that there was a blown fuse, so I don't know what's going on with this car. But yeah, it has a sound system. It's not connected. I don't think it works anymore, but it's 120,000 miles. It's good. It needs a lot of maintenance though. It's leaking a lot of oil from the bottom. When I was changing out the, I believe it was a, no, I can't remember what I was doing to it, but I had it lifted up and it was kind of slanted. The engine was like that. When I set it back down, it was leaking a lot of oil from the rear main seal. So it was leaking through the torque converter cover or whatever that thing's called. And yeah, so it needs a rear main seal. Transmission needs a gasket, I believe, just a transmission oil change. What else? Differential oil change. I haven't changed the differential oil yet. And then I changed the oil on the engine already, obviously, with the oil cooler lines. What else have I done? Obviously just a little bit of cosmetics stuff right here from Raspbot. I got that one on eBay. I can't remember who I got it from, but they're actually a really good company from down south. Actually, that's where I got my seat covers from. And then what else? Can't remember what else. I did swap out this evap hose. I just put a rigged one on there, just a good size, same size that goes to the purge valve. So on this, the 95 has this tucked in here where I did the work on the last one. So this one has it up here, and then it has the other solenoid up there. I think this is the valve and that's the solenoid, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's actually not a terrible car. It runs really good, with the exception that it might need motor mounts. I could be very wrong on that, but anytime I'm up to like 65, 70 miles per hour, the engine kind of moves a little bit, kind of shakes. Not shakes, but it's not anything crazy. It's like very subtle. So I'm not sure if it's just me, but I definitely don't feel it on the other car. But yeah, so far so good. The car's been, I mean, it's needed a lot of work. Previous owner just had it sitting for a while. It was not neglected. He had it covered, but you know, they did work on the car and it was not very good. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it actually the whole entire car repainted. But one thing for sure is I'm gonna get new tires. I am gonna buy a new set of rims. There's some that I found chrome stocks, so I'm gonna be buying those. I just bought these because it had not the chrome covers, so the caps. So I bought these off eBay and they actually look really good. So it completes the rim, even though they're shot. This is probably the best rim on the car, to be honest with you, but I think it's this side where the rim is just completely just shot. You could see right here, right there. I don't know how this happened, but yeah, this rim is just completely shot. I can't remember what other work I've done to the car and right now, but yeah, obviously they did the great work here. But yeah, it's a solid car. There's no rust. It's just surface rust. I threw on a new, not new, but actually the car didn't even come with the rear view mirror. So the one I replaced on the other one, the broken one I put in here, so no lights work on the map lights, but I threw on that wider view of the rear view mirror. Not sure if you'll be able to see that, but yeah. What else? I think that's it. So 120,000 miles. The car's really good. It definitely is on the louder side. It's louder than the other one. Actually, let me just fire it up. So this one's all stock, pretty much. I can't remember what else. I'm trying to think of what else, but yeah, I gave it a good polish and it looks really good. The paint's actually really like in pretty good condition. But yeah, you'll see right here, the car will not show the mileage. Occasionally it will, but you can see right there, it does not turn on. Let me get this more stable. But yeah, I am gonna have this cluster repaired. I think it's just the, what do they call it? The resistors on the back of the cluster that just end up burning out over time. So I will have that repaired. Oh, and I also did replace the fuel pump, fuel filter, because the previous owner had said he had to take it to a mechanic, said the fuel pump was going bad. So it was the original fuel pump, so I do have reason to believe that he was right. So yeah, it did have air ride, you can see that right there, but all the bags are ripped. So on that right side, the bags are ripped. I took out the one from the left spring in the back. Actually, that does remind me, the video I do have coming up that I will do will be on replacing the spring insulators, so the ones that sit at the top of the rim and then the bottom of the rim, I mean the spring, sorry, top of the spring, bottom of the spring. I will be doing that. So that's the next, actually I just ordered them, they're from Energy Suspension. I will be doing that. So yeah, rear door panel's good. I'm gonna get the new door pulls and then some armrest savers. I'm gonna get all that. Rear deck mat, everything's good. These are faded. I'll probably just end up having to paint them. Rear seats, I mean, they're not terrible, but I might as well just get them replaced already since I have all of them ready to go. So yeah, car is definitely on the louder side. However, on this side, right about here, I do hear that there's a pretty bad exhaust leak. So that's where I'm gonna end up getting the mufflers redone, get the rest of the pipes inspected, see if they're not rusted out to where they're leaking, and it should be good. So yeah, car's solid. I replaced all the interior lights. Not sure if I already stated that. They're all good to go, but obviously I'm not gonna have the fuse plugged in just because it will drain the battery. So yeah, it's a solid car. I definitely enjoy driving it because it's definitely a head turner, and this is the color that I've always wanted. This dark gray green is definitely a beautiful color. Front bumper's faded as well, but definitely nothing crazy. Frame's all good. I don't think there was ever any frame damage on the car, but yeah, this is the new one that I'll be working on. That black one I will be saving. I just need to wash it and cover it up, actually, just because it's already getting very hot here in Central California. So just to kind of give the paint some love just by covering it up. And yeah, so that's what I got for this one. I have about 2 or 3 videos planned for this one, just because I needed to get this one running. I didn't have enough time to film on the other one, or for the other things that I did, but yeah, so I will be doing the springs and the spring insulators, door jamb switch, and I can't remember the other one. Oh, the center console light. So yeah, I'll have those coming up pretty soon, but for now, that'll be it. See you guys on the next one.